Hello, Aries. Thank you very much for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Daily Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the support of Oracle cards, I got the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Jesse Reisch. Reisch is R-E-I-S-C-H. Alright, going to do relationship first, single second. Oracle cards come out as necessary. Alright, Aries. That's it? Alright, that's it. Alright. I kind of feel like this all... It just seems like it's a clump. Like it all seems to be happening in at least one day. That's how it's feeling right off the bat. Because I'm getting your partner has the King of Wands. I do feel the King of Wands is what starts this whole situation. That your partner comes forward, this is what we're going to do, this is how it's going to go. I don't feel like you're on board with that. Oddly enough, when I see the Knight of Swords, I feel you challenging that. Like there's other things going on. I feel like whatever the king is pulling forward, you have other plans, and this is really throwing off your plans greatly. And in retaliation, I don't want to say retaliation, but in response to that, that's probably better. You got the magician here saying, I can't do that. I can't do that, but let me see what I can do. I'm like, like I feel like it's kind of like I can't do that, but let me see what I can do. You're coming back towards the King of Wands, like, you know what, I can't do that. This is throwing off my whole day, but let me see what I can do with this. Now, I'm getting the Ten of Pentacles. 10? Yep, Ten of Pentacles with the study card here in your challenge position. You're really trying to find a way to make this work out. That study card matching up with this is kind of like you're really mulling it over. Is there anything I can do? What can I do to not disrupt what I'm going towards but still help my partner or go towards what my partner wants? I feel like you're trying to make it work out, but I also feel like this is in the challenge card that it's kind of like to make an omelet, you got to break some eggs type feel. Like something is going to have to give. The whole thing can't work out. I feel you already knew that, but like this is either going to be you get your way or they get their way. He, she, they, whatever your partner is. You either get your way or they get their way. It's just, it doesn't seem like there's a halfway. I don't feel like there's even like a melding. Like maybe we do some of it my way, they would do some of that what your partner wants. Doesn't seem like an option. It really doesn't. It seems like it's either one or the other. But you're looking at it. You're trying to mold it. You're trying to get something to come out of it. You're trying to meld them together. It's just not happening. And I'm getting what actually helps you is the Hanged Man, because you can't make anything of it, but you're trying. So what I'm getting your partner does after this is they seem to realize what they want is coming out of the blue for you. You didn't see it coming. You can't really do both you can't do what you want and what they want at the same time. It's not going to work. I'm getting the High Priestess here is actually like they're going to go off and do what you want to do. They're relenting. I feel like what they're looking at, whatever they wanted, they're like, well, right now is not going to work for whatever they wanted. Even though they came forth with that king energy, you got the king working with the magician. You're the magician. But the king is also, well, a good king anyway, knows when to relent when something isn't going to work out. And I feel like that's what's happening. The High Priestess energy on your partner side with where this is going is kind of like they're realizing, you know what, doesn't mean I can't do what I want, but I can't do it today, that's for sure. So I feel what they're saying is like they're going to shelve their idea or whatever they wanted, they're shelving that for now. And I'm getting like what you wanted, when I'm getting this Ace of Pentacles on your side, what you had previously planned, what you previously planned to do, that's holding up, that's going forward. All this, spiritually, I'm noticing all this happens really fast. I feel like it happens within a day. It might be a few days, to be fair. Especially since this is a general read, blah, blah, blah. But it's definitely not going over a long period of time. It feels like a day to me, maybe a few days, but not much more than that. And I'm getting here, like, your partner is trying to keep things on track with what they want. They're trying to think of ways to bring something forward when they're ready. They're trying to handle their own situation. But what I feel like might happen, because I feel that King going into the Queen, the King is more of like a planner, very linear, very this is how it is. That's how I'm connecting to this King. Just, this is the plan, let's go. The Queen is very much, I'm in action, but like I'm aware of my feelings and other people's feelings, and just trying to keep in motion, but not trying to upset people, trying to keep people motivated to go the way she wants to go. I feel him more like this is what it is. I feel her more of like this is how it feels, and this is what we got to take into account. I just feel her going more the emotional, like how this is affecting her and other people emotionally. Like, don't get caught up to the gender, of course, but I feel like they're trying to find another way to do this, and they're still excited about it at the moment when they pass. They're like, well, I can't do this right now. In the future, sometime they're still excited about it. The challenge card for your partner is the Seven of Swords. To not just let it just dissipate, because I feel like they have a good idea. It's just the timing was off, and I feel like you actually do want to do this, whatever it is they brought forward. Their challenge is to not just let it fade off into obscurity and just ignore it or forget about it or whatever. Because I feel like what the thing is, the reason this situation went better is because the work it took to bring it forward in the now when they wanted it was too much. And it was going to be a fruitless win if they forced it through now. Their challenge is to realize it's not a fruitless win in the future. It's a fruitless win now. Like, the fruitless win card is now. That's why it's like trying to hash it out, trying to make both things happen, just a fruitless win. But they might carry that feeling over, and they might feel like, you know what, even pushing it forward to the future, that still might be a fruitless win. For that reason, they might just abandon it. I don't feel like that's necessary. But in case, whatever it is, if you want it as well, you might need to promote it or keep them on point with it so they bring it forward again. Otherwise, they might totally abandon it. I get that in the now, it's good that they abandoned it for a temporary stand, like not to stand with it right now because it's not going to work out. It's just going to be a fruitless win if they really push their agenda. But they don't have to give it up totally. They might if they feel like it's just not going to pan out later. And that's it. Wow. I thought we had more cards. Nope, that's it. We're done. I feel like at the end here, I really feel like it depends on what it is. Whatever your partner brought forward, if it's something you want to be a part of too, if you want it to happen, it's just that the timing was off, you might want to keep promoting or pushing your partner to bring it back in a more timely manner or a better time. If it's something you really don't want or don't really care either way, I mean, do what you need to do, I guess. Do what you need to do. If you want it to come back, great. If you don't, I feel like it could easily just dissipate and disappear. It's just if you think it should come back or not. Keep that in mind. Because I feel like you encouraging it will bring it back. If you just kind of let it lie, I feel like it's just going to kind of dissipate and be done. I think we're good for Aries relationships. Let's do Aries for single people. What do we have for Aries for single people? Messages for single Aries. What do we have for single Aries? Messages for single Aries. Messages. Empowering information that shows them the truth so they can decide on what action serves them best. got the Knight of Wands at the bottom here. Really? Ooh. Ooh. I'm just going to say at first glance, I have some Aries in my chart. I'm hoping this one works for me too, because I like where this is going. I like this. Stop. Stop, stop, stop. Just 2. Alright, 2 is good. I think this looks good. Let's find out, because I definitely have to read them to be sure. Okay. The Ace of Swords is in the past. Oddly enough, I feel like you've been wanting something to come forward. You've been looking for the right match. This makes me feel like you put it out there in some respect what you're looking for, and I feel like, I don't know how this sounds, it may sound hokey, but hey, it is what it is. It's kind of like the universe is getting ready to deliver what you want. But I'm getting like, the reason it's probably been, like, you asked in the past, you put out there what you want, it's been a little bit of a wait because the person that you want, I just feel like things had to come together at the right time, and they're just about at that point where they're ready to, I feel like, start working on coming together with someone else. When I get this Nine of Wands, especially this card, like they're at a point where they're ready to really make something start happening, but there's some work they have to do here one way or another. One way or another, either their life is very busy or there's certain things they're sorting out. They're at a point where they can add somebody in, but they might have to add them in slowly, which would be you. Before this person even pops in, I feel like you're very much ready for love. Very much. You got the King of Cups here, but I feel like you're holding this cup and you're like, I have a cup of love, I'm ready for love, let's make love happen, I'm ready, let's go. Let's go. That's how I feel. You're ready. It's not, this is before this person shows up. You are ready. Good? Alright, alright. So, this person comes towards you one way or another, and I'm getting like, the way this happens is interesting. You got the World card with the 6 of Pentacles right above. They seem to be touching. And then you got the 9, is that the 9? 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords popping in next, very soon after. Which I feel like this person is coming towards you. I feel like there's something that they're still working out, but they're either making plans with you. No, I feel like this is more than making plans. I feel like you're seeing this person. I feel like they're going out of their way to meet you. And I do get the World card coming in, like this is a slow transition, but the transition is happening. I'm getting fireworks right at the start. And I'm also feeling both of you feel it. And the 8 of Swords is a result of you feeling like that Knight of Wands. You're ready to go, like, let's go, I'm ready. That King of Cups energy again, but it's coming through this Knight energy, like, I am ready, let's do it. This other person's under restriction in one sense or another. So you're not seeing as much of this person as you would like. Be it job, family, whatever they got going on. Because for some of them, it's definitely job. Like, they just don't have a lot of free time. They just don't. This is a person that's going to have to, as time goes on, they're going to have to make time for you. They're going to have to carve it out of their schedule. They're going to have to. And they will. I feel like they will if this is pulling in the way it feels. Granted, general read. But I'm feeling the 8 of Swords is temporary. It's feeling like, I feel like your first response is like, this is all great, but what can you really do with it? You don't feel like they have enough time for you or you're not able to get enough from them. I feel like your first response is like you're feeling the chemistry, but you're just like, I don't think this is going to go anywhere because I can't see this person. It's temporary. The trick, it's a trap card for one. Like I always point out, this person's hands aren't really tied. They're imagining those swords are around them, which are making them real because they are imagining them and they're responding to them as if they are real. So they're feeling restricted. They're not able to break out of this because they believe their hands are tied, even though their hands are not tied. I'm getting this as a temporary moment. I'm getting possibilities are coming forward. It's just holding through this moment and realizing more possibilities are coming. It goes over, I feel like, at least a month, if not maybe close to 2. Granted, general read, but I'm feeling like this period of time holds for like a monthish. And I'm getting the 9 of Pentacles with the divine guidance. So I'm getting like over like a month, I feel like a little more for most of you, because like you're seeing this person fairly regularly. Maybe you're seeing them once a week, once every 2 weeks, something like that, depending on your situation. But you're seeing enough to where you know that they're interested, and you're very interested too. You realize they're working with restriction, and that's just how it is right now. So you seem to be okay with it in the sense of like you know that they're interested, and there's just roadblocks they have to work around. I'm not going to say you like it, but I feel like you're okay with it for what it is. You're not like offended by it. Let's put it that way. But divine guidance is making you want to work this out, and it's also working in their favor to make them want to work it out too. Because I feel like it goes like a month and a half-ish, and then something seems to change. This other person is realizing you want to stay in their life. You have a very strong interest in them. If they plan to keep you, they need to make some changes as soon as they can so they can get to know you better. I don't know why I'm doing this, but here you go. It feels like do you want this? Let's get to it. Do you want it? Get out of the ball. Let's do it. Like if you're just gonna lollygag around, you're gonna miss out. So if you want it, snap to it. And I feel the Ace of Wands coming in. They're carving time out of their schedule. They're making sure they have time to get to know you. They want to honor this. They're trying to make sure they have more time to be around you. They want to get to know you a little better. They're seeing your interest, and this is where your Ace of Wands comes in. This is where your really passionate start comes in. It's like that Ace of Swords finally turned into the Ace of Wands, and this is where it really ignites with passion. After that, it's just working it out. You got the Two of Cups and the Abundance. It's just getting to that point, and I feel like everything works well. Two of Cups, this is a connection, that intense love feeling, abundance. Abundance is abundance, but it's highlighting that both of you want this. Both of you want this, and both of you are coming together, and it just gets a lot easier from there. I'm not saying it's easy as pie, but it's easier because you're both moving in the same direction. You're both working to make this work out. It seems to be starting off at a run at that point. It seems to be going into a run. Maybe that's better. Going into a run at that point. And that's how this one ends. That's a good one. I think that's a real good one, actually. Like I said, when I first saw this, I'm like, I like that ending. Anything else? No, I think we're good. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.